Good morning, Higgs. Good morning, Higgs. I live. Good morning, peeps. I live. I live. I'm so happy to be alive. I live. Yay. Good morning. Take a few minutes. Give each other some hugs and hellos. Sandy, I'm alive. I'm alive, I tell you. Thank you for reaching out to me, Sandy. Sandy was in his car driving up to Michigan when I told him turn around and go home.
Five words
whoa.
you pronounce wrong.
Stop. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Sandy. I know you got me. He was on his way. And I said, son, I think I'm alive. Good morning. Oh. Good morning, you guys. I am grateful to be here. Thanks, Higgs. Gratitude is my attitude this morning. Woo! Wee! Woo! Good morning. Goofballs one and all. Oh, jeez. Good vibes. Good vibes. Good morning. Take another minute or so and give each other some high fives and say hello. What a morning. Good morning. Oh, Sarah, we're sorry to hear that. I felt like I was going to be in hospice yesterday. Oh. Brock gets major props. Brock gets major props for being able to just step in and handle and keep the tea brewing and keep the tea crew vibing. Muchos gracias, El Brocco. I am extremely grateful that I have a backup. I am grateful that I have a back. There's so much to be grateful for. I'm grateful for my stomach. I'm grateful for being able to sweat fevers out. I'm grateful for the human body. Oh. We're all sending positive vibes. Thank you, Duck Sauce. Thank you, Nerdy. Thank you. I am really grateful when I can just like turn to him with an hour's notice and just tell him, kid, I can't do it today. I just can't do it. I just can't make it. But if I can make it, I'll be here. Jesus Christ, we're not going to talk about it, but I'll tell you what, it was pretty active. It was pretty active for the last 2 days. Yep. Oh, yes. Thank you, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I am not grateful for Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, Kentucky Fried Chicken sent pop. Oh, well, this is what it did to me. Wait, Brock put himself in timeout. That's you, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh. Yeah, more like Kentucky Fried Poison, penny pack. More like Kentucky Fried Poison. This is what I felt like. Good morning, kitty cats. He's alive. Whew. Day before, no, what was it? Tuesday afternoon. I have an idea. Let's have Kentucky Fried Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday afternoon. I have an idea. Shine. I had an idea. Let's have Kentucky Fried Chicken delivered by Grubhub. Let's take it easy. Have them deliver. So they do. That evening, my stomach was rumbling pretty good. Middle of the night, Tuesday night. The bathroom and I became very, very good friends. Okay, very good friends. Woke up Wednesday morning and there was, whoo, Brock, will you please take care of tea? And then all day Wednesday, I honestly thought I'd never do this. I don't get so sick. I was ready to go to the hospital. I was hurting so bad, inside, outside, head. I couldn't walk. I was like, and I hadn't put it together with the Kentucky Fried Chicken from the day before. I hadn't really put it together. And Brock says, maybe you're food poisoning. I go, I don't know. This is way worse than food poisoning. You had Kentucky Fried Chicken. He goes, yeah, but my stomach rumbled a little yesterday. Okay. Well, it turned out I'm pretty sure that's what I had. I think I'm pretty darn sure I went, oh gosh, it was beyond bad. I was asked Sandy when he wrote to me, I was telling Sandy, I think I got to go to the hospital. And that just never, ever happens. Pop stays away from hospitals like it's a religion. And darn it, I just couldn't make it here yesterday or the day before. Thank goodness for Brock taking care of this. And then I even thought I wasn't going to be here this morning because I still felt like absolute junk last night. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think we're going to be ambulance and Pops tomorrow morning. Middle of the night, thank God for our bodies. Our bodies are pretty amazing, are they not? I woke up, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. When I sleep in a t-shirt and underwear. T-shirt and underwear. That's it. When I woke up in the last night, midnight-ish, I had jumped in a pool. I had jumped in a pool and I had just gotten out. And I was like, God. So stripped down to nothing. I got some OnlyFans. Stripped down to nothing. It was kind of an E. coli thing. Exactly, Marcus. Stripped down to nothing. I put on some new underwear, a new t-shirt. And I knew what was happening was the fever was breaking. And I didn't really have a fever, but my body must have had a fever. So about 5 o'clock this morning, I wake up again. I had just jumped into the same pool. I had jumped into the pool again, soaking wet. I'm like, this is a double bad one. This one is a double bad, and I think Brock's going to be doing tea again on Friday. I woke up again at about 7 o'clock, which is late for me. I'm a 5 o'clock waker. I woke up about 7 o'clock. My underwear and t-shirt were dry. I felt better. I'm not 100%. I felt better. And then Brock's in there, goes, you want me to take tea for him, to do tea this morning? I go, Brock, let me try it. I go, I really do miss my friends. I miss my friends. I miss tea. I miss everything. And I want them to make me feel better. I want you to make me feel better. So I'm not 100% today. I'm probably not gonna. We're not gonna run long. We're gonna run through a few things here. I had nothing planned for today. Normally, I wake up and I spend at least an hour to an hour and a half every morning. Grace wants to see the pool. I could show you the pile of wet clothes. Would that help? Okay. Good vibes is what I need, Billy D. So, good morning. Yeah, we're back, and we won't keep talking about it, but that's just, I wanted to let you guys know that I really, really did miss you, that I am grateful that Brock was able to take care of business, and he always is. And more than that, I'm grateful for every single one of you and the things that we do together. Let me lump Sandman on top of that great pile because that guy, and they're always ready to run down and take care of Pops, and I mean it. It was beautiful. CCS, I still think it's iron too. I think I hadn't been on my iron regimen. I'm a slight bit anemic. And once in a while, I'm like, yeah, I feel better. I don't need to keep taking those stupid pills. And then it catches up with me. So I guess I do need to keep taking stupid pills. So anyways, enough said about that. Again, I usually spend an hour to an hour and a half every morning sort of preparing both mentally and spiritually to hang out with you guys and maybe share a few things. I didn't have time to do any of that this morning. So I'm a rambling man this morning. Excuse me. I'm a rambling man. And I don't expect me to be 100%. Okay? We do want to cover a couple of things this morning, though. See, I still have a little bit of, but we're going to get through it. Okay? Freestyle. We're going to get through it. The Detroit Mush Lab, real quick note, Sandy has lowered all of the liquid cultures on the DetroitMushLab.net website. They're all active cultures, down to $10 a syringe, $10 per syringe. So if you're looking for that growing liquids, we have it over there. Everybody that's ever bought from us knows. I don't think I've had in a year, 2 years at least, I don't think I've had 4 complaints like, Pops, this didn't work, or Pops, this was dirty, or Pop. I've never had. So whatever the guy is doing over there and making sure how tested and clean it is before he sends it out, I gotta tell you, I couldn't be more proud of work with somebody, because liquid culture can be very, very tricky. When you're sending it out to other people and new people are trying it, they often want to blame the liquid culture instead of themselves. I get it. That's a pretty human reaction. I'll blame the liquid culture before I tell you that I forgot to wear gloves when I was doing it. I'm not going to admit that. It's your LC. Well, and even if you did write to us and told us it was our LC, we'll fix it. Okay, we're not going to argue with you. Okay, so enough said about that. I need a volunteer. Niffer Mama, I need a volunteer. Hey, Niffer, I need a volunteer. You guys ready? I'd like a volunteer this morning. I figured I could count on Niffer. Niffer, I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do for the next week. Okay? We're going to have fun and help build community. All right? Erin Shamrock sent these to us a couple of weeks ago, and I've been waiting to see if she would be able to make it to the show in the morning so she could share in what we're going to do. But Penny, I volunteer Niffer too. Okay, let's volunteer Niffer. All right, so Niffy, you're volunteered. Now she's saying, what am I volunteering for, Pops? You are going to be the emotional support coordinator. Okay? We're going to. Okay, that, you know what? I can block that guy myself. Yeah. Thank you, Penny. Penny, you were faster on your thumb than me. Good job. Penny and Herbie are all over it. Okay. We have emotional support pals. Niffer, she's going to be the emotional support coordinator. Okay? Emotional support pals. Coziness that comforts. Okay? This is the cutest darn thing you've ever seen because each of these are a different guy. Each of these are a different fellow. Okay? Look at this. They're all different. They're all different. Okay? They're emotional support pals. Coziness that comforts. Root your emotions in good vibes with emotional support mushrooms. The emotional support crew will be the best snuggle buddies, adventure sidekicks, and pep party you will ever meet. Sometimes they're adorable animals. Other times they're your favorite snack. But they're always going to make you smile. Okay. This is so cute. They each have names. Let's introduce them. This is Sunny. This is Sunny, Sunny. Sunny keeps it real by keeping it simple. With an iconic cheery smile, Sunny is a ray of sunshine that will brighten up your day. That's Sunny. Okay. Sarah, keep that thought and start talking to Sarah. I see what Sarah's saying. I hope you're paying attention, Niffy. Let's look at Marbles. Who's Marbles? This would be Marbles. Marbles is the iconic class clown. Brock, basically. He's guaranteed to make you laugh. His faves include silly puns and funny movies and broken radios. You'll know it's Marbles when you see the classic laughing face. Okay, Marbles. Let's take a look at Sparky. Here's Sparky. We got Sparky. Nobody makes ordinary days special like Sparky. Every day is a chance to run around and to have fun and enjoy an adventure. And of course, Sparky's eyes have an extra glow. Sparky. Who else do we got on the list? We got Honey. Where's Honey? Oh, Honey, she's so cute. We have Honey. Okay? Honey. Honey is here to love. Love everyone and everything. Honey's mission is to spread positive energy. That's Honey. And then we have Riley. Let's find Riley. Here's Riley. Okay? Riley is a happy-go-lucky creature at heart. Riley is always chill and wearing the best shades, no matter the time or place. Okay? So we have these emotional support pals. And this is what I thought we would do, Niff. If Niffer Mama's with me on this, let's which one's that? Sparky. Let's do Sparky. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put together a box. All right? I've tried this once before about 3 years ago, where we had this cute little mushroom. And the idea is we would send the mushroom to someone's house. They would take pictures of that little stuffed mushroom in their home or on an adventure, went shopping with them, fishing, taking fishing with you, whatever. But it's sort of like the Flat Stanley. Do you remember the Flat Stanley gig where you take pictures of it when you're doing things that are fun or whatever? You could put it next to your tub, your grow tub, okay? Well, that's right, CCS. He got kidnapped. We had a little guy, and what we would do is we would send it to one person's house. They would take pictures, post them on IG, and then they would mail that little mushroom guy to another person. And that person would take pictures, and this mushroom was working its way around the United States. That was the idea. We wanted everybody to get a picture with this mushroom. It got stopped somewhere along the line. We made it to about 4 different houses, and then one of the people that received the mushroom next, there was, I don't know, to this day, I still don't know. The person just disappeared. I don't know what happened, honestly. And I don't think it was the mushroom. I don't think it was just a happenstance of life. Anyways, that little mushroom got kidnapped. So he stopped his journey somewhere. I know exactly where. It was Colorado. He was in Colorado, and he never made it out of Colorado. And he didn't make it to the next house. So I want to try something like that again, but do it just slightly differently this time. Okay? Nerdy, he's in your state. He's in your state. I don't know. He was. That was his last sighting, was in Colorado. This is what we're going to do now with Niffer's help. Since these are emotional support mushrooms, that's what they are, we want to be able to emotionally support somebody, but not financially impact them. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take, the first one's going to be, who was it? Sparky. Are we going to use Sparky first? Yeah, let's go with Sparky first. Okay? We're going to do Sparky. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Sparky, and we're going to put Sparky in her box. And we're going to put in 3 grams of mushrooms. And then we're also going to put in a little bit of sticky. So a little bit of mushrooms and a little bit of sticky. Emotional support. You know what I'm talking about? And we're also going to put in a return label. Inside the box will be a return label. Okay? And that label will, all you have to do after you enjoy Sparky for a little while and the stuff that's in there, you're going to then please take pictures. That's part of the deal. We want to see that you, we want to see your house. We want to see something about you that you want to share. And then you're going to, the label that's going to be in there, in the box, is a return label to me. It's a return label to Pops. So everything's handled for you. All you have to do is open your box, get emotional support, spend whatever time you need to spend with Sparky, and then when you're done, you just put Sparky back in the box, and you take the return label, put it on the box, and just mail it back to Pops. And then, once it gets back here, we'll send it out to another house. Okay? Give me 5 people that think that's a pretty cool idea. We're going to send out 1 emotional support. We're going to send out 1 emotional support mushroom with emotional support material and a return address. And get this thing started. So how are we going to do that? I'm not going to decide who needs the emotional support. Niffer Mama's going to. Niffer Mama, at the end of today's show, is going to, or later today, whenever, I need an address from Niffer Mama for the first person that she decides, I should send an emotional support mushroom too. Such power. And then next week, we'll do 4 more. Okay, so we'll have all 5 out there rocking and rolling, doing their thing, emotionally supporting. They'll be on their way in the mail. They'll be coming back to me, whatever. And as soon as I get one back from somebody, for example, Sparky, when we send Sparky out, we'll turn around and send Sparky again. And this way, I want Nifra Mama to be able to keep track of who has received one, and she'll just keep a running list. Okay? Nifra, I hate to sort of put you on the spot because I think there's a lot of people who are going to want an emotional support mushroom. But if we keep this thing going with integrity, making sure that after you enjoy your support, you put the label on and send it back, let's not lose any of these. Let's not have them stop their trip in Colorado and we never see them again. Let's keep this thing rolling, and eventually, if I'm sending out the first 5 in a week, we can have this thing going. We'll probably and hold on to your fella for long enough to get yourself some nice pictures. I want the pictures sent to me because I'd really like to see your house, your grow tub, your fishing boat, your dog. You could have it snuggling with your dog. Be creative. We might even give out awards for really creative ideas to show emotional support. But this is what we're going to do. So I've been sort of putting this off for a couple of weeks while I put the ideas together. And then I thought, you know what? Since I have no plans for this morning, let me talk about emotionally supporting each other this morning. Can Jesus participate? The answer is yes, Niffer. Yes, if he wants to. I can mail to Australia. So yes, but well, no, let me think about that. Let me look into it over the weekend because I don't know what it would take for him to ship it back. I don't know what it would take from international shipping back to me. If I have to go down to the post office and buy a prepaid international shipping back or something like that, I don't know. So give me over the weekend. I'll look into the details of if we can send him out of the country and he can come back safely. Okay? Good question. Yep, Jesus lives in Australia. Woody just nailed it. Never mind. Actually, Woody's right. No out of country because we're sending emotional support material, right? We're sending emotional support material. We don't want emotional support material to get caught by customs and then pops to go to the Hooskow. All right? So it'd be cheaper to just bring Jesus Christ here. Okay. We could just send the plushie Hags. I agree. I'll tell you what, Niffy, give me over the weekend to look into it, and I'll get back to you. Fair? So by the end of today's show, Niffy, you let me know, and I'll need an address. Let me know who's getting the first Sparky emotional support. And we'll get that whole ball rolling. And each day next week, we'll send out another fella. Sound good? Sounds great to me. Give me a state. Somebody name a state. We have 50 states. We did Montana. We did Montana already. Give me a state. That's the one I have written on my page. If you say the state that's on my page first, on my screen, I'm going to go ahead and send you, not the emotional support package, but I'm going to send you something fun. I'm looking for the state. Anybody, the first person to say the state that I have written down here. I'm trying to give something away, you guys. Come on. The state of confusion, that isn't the one I wrote down, Tree. Okay? What state? I haven't seen it yet. I'm glad I picked one nobody was going to pick. Okay, what state do you think I picked? I'm really close to giving a hint because you guys are, nobody's even close. Okay, I'm pretty darn close to giving a hint. Okay, what state did I write down on here? I'm still looking. You guys, no, 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 no. Okay, I'm getting ready to give a hint. Okay, Michael Allen. Michael Allen got it. Michael Allen was the first Vermont that I saw. And Michael Allen, Vermont, hold on. Vermont is the one that I had written down. Vermont. Michael Allen. Michael, congratulations. Here's what we're sending you. We're going to send you, this is 5 grams. This is 5 grams of ODPE. This is some of the best fruit we've ever grown. It is so blue and so beautiful. So Michael Allen, if you'll send me your address today to the DetroitMushLab.net, we will get this sent out to you. Congratulations, Michael. Hang around, we're gonna do one more big giveaway today. Okay? We're gonna do another big giveaway. Good job, Michael Allen. The science of magic mushrooms. The science of, if you wanted to give it to a never winner before, that's up to Michael. You guys decide by the end of the show. Let me know who's getting that, okay? That's awfully generous of you, Michael. Okay, duck sauce, NWB means never winner before. You've never won before here. Okay? And often we look for people that have never won before. Who was it? Nerdy. On Tuesday when I was Nerd Nature won a package. And when he sent me his address, he didn't send me his address, I already had it. He said, hey, Pops, you know that package I won today? I have so much going on and I'm flush with fruit, etc. Do you think you could send that to Brian Cripps? Or Brian C. Because Brian C was the next correct answer after mine. So I just want you guys to know that even behind the scenes, there's so much energy and so much goodness and kindness going on. And Nerdy's like, you know, I could afford to give my package away to the next person. And I thought it was worth calling Nerdy out and give him some credit for that. Yeah. And I bet you he was smiling when he wrote it. Everything about Nerdy is smile. So thank you, nerds. In recent years, the resurgence of, I'm going to read an article to you guys. We're going to dive into this article for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I'm going to do a small reading that'll close out today's show. Okay? Anthony Hunt was a never winner before, and Nerdy sent me his prize. Wrong one. I meant this one. For Nerdy. So I like pawning off. Have you noticed? Hagues notices this. How I delegate. I pawn off responsibility on other people. Did you notice how I set Niffer Mama up to have to make the decisions about who's going to get the first emotional support pal? Yeah, I'm pretty sharp with that, aren't I, Hagues? It's a pretty good move. Okay. Yeah, I'm the rando delegator. This is a great article. I want to cover a little bit of it with you guys. Okay? Michael Allen, that's awfully kind of you. Thank you. You're sweet, Nif. The science of magic mushrooms. Fascinating findings from 7 new studies of psilocybin. I want to cover that article with you just a little bit. We're going to go, and we'll probably not finish this article today. We'll pick up on it in continuation next week. I'm already starting to feel weak. Can you guys understand? You guys, I have to tell you the truth. I'm bubbly. I'm already feeling weak. I've been sitting up too long. I feel like I'm better when I'm just getting better. Hang in there with me, okay? In recent years, the resurgence of interest in psychedelic substances has spotlighted psilocybin as a potential breakthrough in mental health treatment. Duh. But I'm loving what's happening in our culture and in our society today. There is a huge breakthrough. I mean, come on. They weren't doing this 4 years ago. They weren't making toys and comfort stuffed animals and stuff like that out of mushrooms. They just weren't. It never, everything about the concept of mushrooms in our society is changing. And I like the fact that we're going away from using the word magic all the time. Magic mushrooms is something that they stuck on it in the 60s to make it hippie trippy stuff. And it's so much more. It's so much more. And I didn't even realize, 4.5 years ago when I decided to get into growing mushrooms and becoming somewhat of a provider and seeing how it was impacting me personally, just growing the mushrooms was changing my personality. I was learning patience. I was learning to be more kind. I was learning, there's just a multitude of things that it was bringing to me just from growing it in my basement. I said, this is the way to go. If you're a guy that wants to help people on this planet, and I always have been, this is an amazing platform for that. So I hooked myself up on his magic carpet, and I decided I'm going to fly this magic carpet around. I'm going to invest everything I have in it outside of what I need to normally live. But the rest of my investment, this is it. This is the way I'm going to go. And Tiffany, it's not over yet. I know, darn it. I mean, I had no idea that in 4 years, things would change so drastically. They would change so drastically, and they're well on their way towards continuing change. I got lucky. I had already decided to move to Detroit because of property values. I thought, I could sell a house in California and buy 3 of them in Detroit, suburbs of Detroit. So I did that. And that's when I started doing shrooms, is because I had a basement here in Detroit. How lucky could I get that I ended up in a state that's as progressive as Oregon? I mean, there aren't that many states that are as progressive. We already have 3 counties here that have decrimmed psilocybin possessions. And we have all kinds of bills in our state assembly that are working towards legalizing it. And it's going to become closer to what's going on in Oregon. How lucky could I be? Is that luck? Or did the universe say, we're going to put Pops in a spot where he can really do what his heart wants to do? It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy that I ended up here in this state. And there's all kinds of other places I wouldn't mind living, but I can't move right now unless where I move has legal opportunities. Because the legal opportunities are coming here. We're involved in helping that happen. And I had no idea that Michigan was as cool as it was. And here's the other thing. Is you see some of these guys like, me, fishermen, guys wearing camouflage. Everybody in Michigan has taken mushrooms at one time or another, and especially in high school. High school is like the coolest. That's what they do in high school, is they take mushrooms and they hang around campfires and stuff in Michigan. I almost haven't met somebody that like, hey, I'm going to give you a little package. I haven't seen these in 30 years, bro. You know what I mean? And they're like, my gardener. I gave my gardener a little something, something. I give the delivery people, you want a tip? I'm going to either give you a $10 bill when they make a delivery, or I can give you this little package right here. 97.3% say, I'll take the package. I haven't seen that in years. So, What state like will take the package 97.8% of the time? And that's what it is. It's bringing back memories to them. it's Michigan is a crazy great state. And then add fishing and we're done. Legs always take the package. Full Notes is from Michigan. I can confirm all I know is campfires and mushrooms. It's the craziest thing. I didn't know. The more I find out, the more I deal with old school, the OGs here. Every OG in Michigan has had his mushroom experience. Let's read a little bit about this article. Okay, Wilson, it's very specific. I've done the research. All right. Let's just read this article a little bit. We're going to cover it more next week. In recent years, we said that the potential breakthrough for mental health treatment, it's no longer potential. Okay, it's no longer a potential. This is what's happening. And again, I do a lot of research. You guys know Pop stays on top of the biz, and it's easily being forecasted that by the year 2030, approximately 70% of our mental health therapies are going to involve psilocybin as part of the treatment process. Psilocybin is a naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in certain mushrooms, certain species of mushrooms. These are commonly referred to as magic mushrooms. I call them medical mushrooms. Okay? When ingested, psilocybin is converted into psilocin, which interacts with the serotonin receptors in your brain. The interaction leads to altered states of consciousness, including changes in perception, mood, and cognition. Do you get smarter? Researchers are interested in psilocybin for its potential therapeutic benefits, particularly in treating mental health conditions such as depression, anxiety, addiction, as well as an ability to help ourselves better understand our own nature of consciousness. As research progresses, scientists are uncovering fascinating insights into how psilocybin affects the brain and behavior. Below are 7 recent studies that examine the potential of psilocybin, exploring its applications in treating various conditions and providing insight into its mechanisms of action. Okay? It has helped me. I got to tell you, I wouldn't be the excited, vibed up, touching nature for the first time in my life guy. I would still be trying to be the yacht owner and impress you with material crap. Thank God I've changed. Thank God I'm changing. Not God. Thank myself for putting in the practice. Oh, that was a good one. Thank myself for practicing. Psilocybin-assisted therapy for alcohol use disorder. A study published in Scientific Reports examined the effects of psilocybin-assisted therapy on brain function in people with alcohol use disorder. Right, Pacer? So alcohol use disorder is actually something that's being diagnosed now as alcohol addiction. When we go to our therapist and then we walk out, he can, you know what, this guy has AUD. It's a newly confirmed mental health issue, disorder. AUD, alcohol use disorder. Okay? The therapy for AUD, which combines psilocybin with psychological support, showed significant improvements in drinking outcomes for up to 8 months. Brain scans, because this is being done scientifically now. You have AUD, we're gonna scan your brain. Boop, save that picture. We're gonna scan your brain again after you've been using psilocybin as a treatment, usually microdose. We're gonna scan your brain again in 8 months. Do you think you're gonna see a difference? Scientifically, brain scans revealed changes in regions that are associated with craving. Our brain has craving regions. AUD shows it in certain colors. When we've microdosed for a regimen of microdose, that craving region changes. Your brain is not sitting around craving the alcohol. It also controls an area in our brain that has to do with emotional regulation, suggesting that psilocybin actually diminishes the salience of alcohol cues and it enhances emotional processing. In other words, you're getting more mature. You're getting more psychologically mature, and your brain realizes, I do not need to depend on something to fill up this craving space that's alcohol. This is amazing. Now, this study admits we're a small sample size. This is new research, so we don't have huge sample sizes yet. But in the small sample sizes that we have, this is what we're seeing. Larger sample sizes call for more interpretation and further research. But so far in our scientific research, we're seeing that psilocybin converted to psilocybin directly impacts the area in our brain that craves alcohol. You want to hear another area that it helps? Let's go to area number 2, okay? There's 7 altogether studies that we're going to cover. We'll get to the second one today. Next week, we'll cover 5 more. Psilocybin's impact on, wait for this one, anorexia nervosa. Congratulations, masked mofo. That's great. Anorexia nervosa. Psilocybin. Research in molecular psychiatry, that's a medical journal, explored psilocybin's effects on cognitive flexibility and weight maintenance in a rat model of anorexia nervosa. So they haven't in these studies gotten up to using humans as patients, but they're studying it in rat modeling. And they're trying to figure out, does psilocybin make the skinny rats fatter? Psilocybin treated rats maintain their body weight more effectively and exhibited enhanced cognitive flexibility, particularly in adapting to new reward contingencies. So they must be using these little, if you take this, we'll give you a little psilocybin, and if you take that, you're gonna get skinnier. So they're like, the rats are choosing to take that psilocybin enhanced food over the regular food because they have already starting to realize that it's helping them internally. I think it's something like that. The study highlighted the role of 5-HT1A, which are serotonin receptors. These findings suggest that psilocybin could be a very promising treatment for anorexia, though further research is still needed to confirm these results in humans. Can you imagine that? These poor youngsters with all of everything else that's going on in their social lives and anorexia nervosa is an incredibly debilitating thing. And I always associate it with teenage girls. I shouldn't. But that's probably, I don't know. People with anorexia nervosa are suffering. And they're destroying their organs are falling apart inside their body. And it's something that it's so psychological. And we're finding out the psilocybin can change the cognitive flexibility. And I can express cognitive flexibility to you right now. I'm smarter today than I was when I was 62. And you would think I'd be losing brain cells, but I'm reattaching receptors that had gone gray. I'm more creative than I've ever been in my whole life. I watch what I eat when I never did before. So it's fascinating. Psilocybin, we're not talking magic. We're talking medical effects that'll help our mental health. So next week we'll cover, boy, time is flying by fast, you guys. Next week we're going to psilocybin and its effect on long COVID. People get COVID, but there's also a whole group of people out there that suffer from long COVID. We're finding out psilocybin helps that. Psilocybin's effect on learning and exploration. Psilocybin and brain connectivity. Psilocybin's influence on auditory perception. And psilocybin as a treatment for cluster headaches. So those are the things we'll catch up with next week. Sound good to you guys? Sound good? Okay. Let me do this quick reading. Well, thank you, Talks to Self. Thank you very much. We have a very small reading. I'm going to do that. We're going to get out of here pretty quick because Pops is going to go sit down. But I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to pretty much read it just straight out of the book. I grabbed this morning right before we got started, and I said, let me close with the reading, but it's going to be a shorty. Integrity. And Badge, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. If you need anything from us, you let me know, Badgie. Okay? Link to that article. Say someone link to this. Streety, if you write to me at IG, I'll send you a link to the article. Integrity is the ability to listen to a place inside oneself that doesn't change, even though the life that carries it changes. Integrity is the ability to listen to a place inside yourself that doesn't change, even though the life that carries that will change. Your life is going to change, but that space inside you that we're going to call integrity, we don't want it to change. Much of our journey has been about discovering the place inside called integrity and the ability to listen to it while having compassion for the life that carries it. Some of us don't have compassion for ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves. We're ridiculous. You spend half your life beating yourself up. You can have compassion for the lady next door, but you're not you. Integrity understands. It moves me to share the story of a troubled man. This is so good. This is so good. Listen to this. The story of a troubled man who, exhausted from his suffering. That's you, Sandman. I agree. You beat the hell out of yourself. And where's it gotten you? The same guy that's a rotten, no, I'm the worst guy. and yet you're ready to drive 9 hours to go take care of Pops. He might not be as bad as you think. Getting ready to cry. Stop it. It moves me to share the story of a troubled man who, exhausted from his suffering and confusion, asked a sage for help. The sage looked deeply into the troubled man, and with compassion, he offered him a choice. You may have either a map or a boat. Let me ask you guys real quick. Would you prefer a map or a boat? I know, homie. Which would you prefer, a map or a boat? This isn't a quiz. It's a deep thought. Would you rather have the map or the boat? This is interesting. Some of you going map and some of you going boat. There's no wrong or right answer here. But Teresa's like, I don't want to get in the water. So this sage offers the troubled man, you may have either a map or a boat. After looking at the many pilgrims about him, all of them seemed equally troubled. Look around us. We're all equally troubled. The confused man said, I'll take the boat. The sage kissed him on the forehead and said, go then. You are the boat. Life is your sea. As we have discovered so many times, we have everything we need within us. The ability to listen inside is our oldest oar. You are the boat. I like that. I like that. Life is the sea. I like that. Just because you said map didn't mean you were wrong. It meant you hadn't thought, you know what? Maybe I don't need a map if I've got a boat and the whole life is my sea. Let's do a final giveaway for the week. Okay? Let's do a final giveaway. We're going to do one more big giveaway. Guess what we're going to give away? We're going to give away a monster. Let's give away this monster. This is a big old, I haven't even weighed it. I'm going to have to make a special box over the weekend. But I had this guy. Look at that fella. Okay? We don't need no stinking maps, Kimberly. We just need to have a good boat. And integrity is our oar, is it not? Integrity is your oar. Okay? What are we going to do with this? We're going to give this away to the first person to name the state that I have written down on my paper here. Go. Go. First person that has the statement. The boat is, the bag is a boat. What state did I write down here? What state? The first person to give me that state's going to get this mailed to them. Okay? Big Box Friday, Jeffy. Oh, Jeff, I'm sick. Talk to you this weekend. Which state do I have written down here? Huh? What state is written on here? So far, I haven't seen it on my screen. If anybody has said it so far, I haven't seen it. So keep on saying states here. Who's going to be the first person to say the state I have written down on my screen? Who's got it? Who's got the state that I have written on my screen? So far, good morning, Scotland. I have not seen the state so far. What state do you think I wrote down on my paper here? And it's not Montana. We did Montana already. Okay, which state? I haven't seen the state. Come on, guys, keep coming. Keep coming, don't quit. Don't give up. I haven't seen the state yet. Where the heck is this state? Where is the state? No, no. Wallace puts the Upper Peninsula in its own state. No, I'm still waiting. I haven't seen it yet. What state? Who wants this big monster? I haven't seen the state. Can you imagine how long it's taking you guys to come up with? There's only 50 of them. There's only 50. You would have thought you'd have said it by now. That's kind of true, Nev. You would have thought you'd known by now. Okay? Joe D's. Joe D's. Joe D's. Joe D's said Hawaii. Oops. Hawaii. And sure enough, it was Hawaii. Joe D's said Hawaii first. Joe D's. Excuse me. Congratulations to Joe D's. We'll get that mailed out to Joe D's if he gets us an address. And we'll put that, we have to make a special box, but we'll get that mailed out to Joe D's. Bend over. If you said it, I didn't see it on my screen first. I apologize. The first person on my screen that I saw was Joe D's. Okay? And screens are different. Lags are different. We all know the lag is real. So, that's where we're going. We're going to go to Joe D's. Unless Joe D's wants to give it to Ben. Okay? Unless Joe D's feels like giving it to Ben. That's up to them. Anyways, give me an address. Who's supposed to receive this big monster? And Lisa, come back next week. We'll play some more. All right? Pops isn't feeling very good today. Pops is going to go. Niffer Mama, if I can get an address from you about who's going to receive our first emotional support pal, send me a little note with an address to who's getting our first emotional support pal, and then we're going to send that off. We also are going to be sending off to Michael Allen. Michael Allen is going to send me an address of somebody he wants to give his gift to, and then Joe D's is going to decide if he's going to keep this mushroom or if he's going to give it away to someone else, because he wins a lot here. So Joe will make up his mind, and if he wants to keep it, great. If he wants to give it to someone else, that'd be wonderful too. Guys, I gotta go, but I'm certainly going to feel better today, because now I'm not going to miss you guys as much. Can you imagine if I wasn't here today? That means I'd have to wait all the way until next Tuesday to see you guys. I don't want to do that. I didn't want to. I wanted to see you guys. Well, I'm going to scroll you out. I love you guys, and thank you for helping me. Thanks for supporting Brock. I can't explain to you how important it is when he gets an opportunity to step in. It makes him feel good about himself. And everyone here makes him feel amazing. I love you guys for that. You know how it is when you know you're really helping? It makes you feel better. So I love that. Thank you guys. Thank you for everything we do for each other. We're building this community one emotional support mushroom at a time. Love you. Thank you. Tiffany, thank you. Homeboy. And Michael Allen in Scotland, thank you. And Penny Pack. Penny. You're doing a great job, Pen. Nerdy and Cat Meow, Zill and Billy D and Duck Sauce, thanks. EMT Greenie and Greenie Tables, I miss you, Kev. Jolie, there's my girl, Mr. Marmars. Bend over. That's where you guys are working it out. Laura, have a divine day. Derek Anderson, Shine, I do too. Pacers and Tree Stomp, he is a king. And Melody Dawn. Melody, we're not here tomorrow, but we're here on Monday. We'll be back on Monday. Badge, thank you. I'm going to get back in. I'm going to go sit down for a little bit, but then I got all this mail to get out. Jesus Christ in Australia. Thanks, bro. Scotland FC. Deborah, you are a pearl. Thank you for everything you do. Mike Barabal and Sandy, love you. Tiffany, don't we love that guy? Peace to Pops from Hagues. Thanks, my good friend. Matt and Kim, and Homie Boy, and Mr. Marmars, and Corbino number 99. Marcus Aurelius, okay, Doc, I got you. I'm avoiding chicken sushi. Cat Meow, Zilla, Scotland, Shine, Cleany. Mike Barabal, Brett, Mr. Marmars, Susan Seidler, hi Sue. AMT, Jesus Christ, Nipper, Jesus Christ again. Somebody that wants to be free and play humans. Millie, thank you. Paige, Mike, Pennypack, I'm out of energy already. Mr. Phillips, Herbie, Scotland, Jimmy, Michael Patterson, Tree, Arslan, the Wazzy. Love you, Waz. Scotland, Homeboy, Jason, Arnar, Shrooms, Shiny, CCS, Scotland, Jimmy Max, Mike Barbell, Cleany, Herbs von Werbs, come up. Michael Brown, hi Mikey. Anthony and Sarah and Paige and Ropati and Melody. Thank you, Melody. Joe Dees and Mr. Marmars and Shiny and Homie and Jonas and Scotland and Niffy. Niffy, thanks for letting me volunteer you. Jesus, whoever. Tiffany and Jesus and Duck Sauce Pops. I gotta go. I'll see you guys Tuesday, but I'm always available on the internet and at our DetroitMushLab.net. Have a great day, guys. Pops, peace. Practice, practice, practice 4 things. Practice being impeccable. Practice not taking things personal. Practice not making assumptions. And practice doing your best. Even if you're sick, try to do your best. Have a great day.